Hi friends, welcome back to the Destination Baby and Kids YouTube channel. This is Gina. I am pumped to be here with you today to go over the CYBEX 360 Callisto installation. This is just a quick little installation video. This obviously does not substitute for the installation in the manual, but we thought we'd go over it with you and do a quick install and then show some of the information about the recline as well as the depth of the seat when it's installed. All right, so let's get going. I've cheated. I've put my seat in and I've already attached the top tether. That is one step you'll absolutely need to do. I don't have it super tight yet, but we'll tighten it up at the very, very end. But I have gone ahead and attached that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and rotate the seat into a backward facing orientation. Now, if the seat was super reclined, we would sit it more upright. My seat was already somewhat upright. So if you see here, there's a plate. We're gonna go ahead and open that up, and that will give us access to our blue belt path. I'm electing to install the seat belt with a lap and shoulder belt because I'm not going to want to reinstall it later on if I use the lower anchors. So because the lower anchors have a latch limit of, I think it's either 30 or 35 pounds, I would need to redo it at some point down the road. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it with the seat belt because one time is easier for me than multiple times. I'm going to go ahead and tighten the belt, and then I'm going to pull my shoulder belt through, get that lined up. And then there is a shoulder belt routing point on either side. We'll get that sorted out in just 1 second here. But we're gonna go ahead and tighten it and then close this door. Oh, this is why they want you to route the shoulder belt first. There we go. Keeps it out of the way for these kind of steps. All right, so I'm gonna get a little bit better leverage point here, close this door. So it clicked, but it's not a true lock off. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and lock my seatbelt off here at the shoulder. So you'll hear it make a ratcheting sound. It's how you know it's locked off. Having the shoulder belt routed through the correct positioning on either side too will enable you to do your turning with less interference. So that's another reason why they're gonna want you to do that. And then obviously at the very end, we'd go ahead and tighten our tether strap. Then you would set the adjustment recline level based on the size of your child. So we'll have the cameraman stop, come over here, and we'll get a little bit of the recline information, and then we'll get a depth read for you guys. Okay, so I have my cameraman zoomed in on the arrow and the recline spectrum that you see in front of you. So the light blue is gonna be for really little babies, and I have it in its most reclined right now. So that would be from, I believe it reads 4 to 20 pounds. There is a variety, I have the squeezing handle, but there's 2 different positions that are clickable in the light blue. When we start moving into dark blue, that's going to be for children between 20 and 40 pounds. There's 1, 2, 3 positions in the dark blue and 2 in the light blue. So while there is 5 position recline in rear facing mode, we're only going to be able to utilize 2 for children between the weights of 4 and 20 pounds, and then for kids between 20 to 40 pounds, we have 3 more upright positions. Now, if the cameraman could back up slightly, I'd like to point something out here. Why does this matter? If you're talking about using this with a small child between 4 and 20 pounds, having the seat in a more reclined mode will take up more space in the vehicle. So our distance here is at about 30.5 inches in our most reclined. And that's not counting scooting the headrest up. So people want, you know, these big 3 and 4-year-olds in the most reclined, and it's like the seat wouldn't really accommodate that. For a bigger child doing extended rear facing, the seat would need to be more upright, which you see here. And if I lower this, I'm gonna be able to get a little bit clearer reading on the depth dimension. Oh, I should have used a soft tape measure. This one's terrible, but at least it's clear. So when it's more upright, we're at about 29.5 inches. So it does take up a little bit less room in a more upright position. But as you can see, you still have a lot of leg room, which is great. And the turn on it is very, very simple. In your forward facing mode, as you saw, the orientation down there shows you would get, I believe it's 1, 2, 3 positions for a forward-facing kiddo in a 5-point harness. But the really cool thing is in the booster seat, you do get a 2-position recline. So that, with the canopy, the adjustment, everything on it, the breathable fabric is a pretty fabulous option. So now we've got the depth, dimensions, and the install. Thank you so much for watching. If it makes sense, go ahead and head on over to my website, destinationbabykids.com. You can buy your own CYBEX Callisto directly from me. Like, follow, subscribe, share the video if it makes sense to share it with a friend. Thanks so much.